refers to the arrangement of flowers on the floral axis. Inflorescence, it's just arrangement, you get what I'm saying? Very simple stuff. Basis for different types of inflorescence. So the first basis is the growth pattern along the floral axis. So here we will have indeterminate and determinate, depending on the behavior of the growing point of the floral axis. So it determines whether the growth is limited or unlimited. So we'll have another one is the order of the individual flower development. So some flowers develop in a way that the younger ones the younger ones grow always near the apex. You get, while the old ones are far away from the apex but still along the same axis. And then some others grow in such a way that the old ones are near the apex, or at the apex, while the younger ones grow along the axis, is far away from the axis, the apex. So that's where we come to indeterminate, which is the Racemose. So indeterminate is the type of inflorescence. The flowers continue growing and do not terminate, and usually give a flower, they grow in an acropetal manner, where the old flowers are arranged towards the base and the younger ones are arranged at the tip. So when the peduncle is broad, the flowers are centripetally arranged. So like we see here, I'll be able to see that the younger ones are there, the apex, while the older ones are near the base. You can be able to view those ones and recognize. The types of Racemose inflorescence are raceme, spike, and catechine. So for the raceme, the description is right there. We have an example of Radish, and the spike, there is an example of terminates, and then for the catechine, we have an example of mulberry and the oak. There we have the spadix. The example is maize. You can look at the maize. The corymb, the example there is a coundy tuft. So ambo is the other, and the example there is centella and capitulum. The example there is sunflower. So after that, we're going to look at the determinant. Now for determinate inflorescence, first of all, the flower terminates in a flower. The inflorescence terminates in a flower. So the orders of the flowers are present at the tip, and the younger birds are arranged towards the base. So this is called basipetal succession. So we'll have different types like the uniporous cyme or the monochasial cyme. The peduncle is ending in the flower, producing a lateral branch at a time of the ending in the flower. And there are two types. We have the helicoid cyme and the scopioid cyme. We have Dichasial or biporous cyme, which the peduncle ends in the flower. From the basal part of the peduncle, two lateral branches arise, and also ends in the flower. So we have multiparous cyme, where in a peduncle, so we see that in a peduncle ends in flower from the base of it, and many branches will arise which also terminate in a flower. So the diagrams here bring out the explanation that I have just given. And we have special types of inflorescence like Scythium, Decathium, depends on where you studied from. Where I studied from, we call it that. And it features a cup-shaped involucre with a single female flower and many male flowers inside. We have Hypothodium with a freshy flask-shaped receptacle with internal flowers that is common in the ficus, and have Verticillata, which is condensed dichasal that appears as a whole of flowers in the axis. So that is how the hypothodium looks like. You'll be able to see that arrangement. And the Beticillasta looks like that, and the Hyathium looks like that. And so for a floral formulae like that, of that kind, it shows that it is actinomorphic, bisexual, and the calyx of 5 united sepals, corolla of 5 free sepals, androecium of 5 stamens, and genoecium of 2 united carpels with a superior ovary and exoplacentation. So arrangement of flowers of floral members on the thalamus, this time of whatever we can categorize these flowers as hypogynous, flowers with an ovary that is superior and the thalamus that is below the ovary, sepals, petals, stamens rise below the ovary. And we have mustard and China rose as an example. We have perigynous flowers. The ovary is half superior or semi-superior, so meaning that all these floral parts are on the same level, so it's just in the middle. The ovary is just in the middle of every, like they are arranged along a certain equator on the same line. Then we have epigynous flower. The epigynous flower is the ovary is superior, so meaning if it is superior, it's an superior ovary. The thalamus is above the ovary, causing its floral parts to appear to arise above the ovary. So it's like the floral parts here that you can see are rising above the what? The ovary, because the ovary is inferior. It appears to be inferior, it's below. Thalamus is above thalamus. And so that's it. That's it for today. See you in the next